And tampering with evidence.
Tampering with evidence?
Yes.
At the hospital? I have a right to see a warrant. It doesn't matter if she's over the age of 18. This is my house. You have to show me that warrant.
Talk to me, man. I mean, help me understand.
Sergeant, I swear, I know that was hard to believe. I said, hold on, LT. I got something. Let me go get it. I swear I wouldn't have done that because I've got 2 kids, 3 and 1.
Kicking things off with a casual hello, who knew a simple greeting could set the stage? The police officer greets someone named Lexi. This initial interaction sets the stage for what's to come, indicating Lexi is involved in the scenario. The greeting is casual and brief, just a teaser. The real drama is about to unfold.
Alexi. Yeah, I think they went out.
I will bring her out. Just tell me what's going on.
For her arrest.
Thank you.
I will give it to her whenever
Can I see her warrant?
she can see the warrant when she gets arrested.
As tensions start to simmer, someone dives right into the thick of it with a pointed question about the arrest. An individual inquires about the reason for an arrest. The question is direct and seeks clarification on the legal grounds for the arrest, showing concern and confusion about the situation. The officer's response is not included in the clip at this moment. Brace yourself, things are about to get even spicier.
Take her up there?
You can go to the detention. Do you know where it is?
Everything?
It's
Okay,
nowhere.
so what is she under arrest for?
She's over 18. Just gotta talk to her.
I understand that,
Right.
Gonzalez.
Right.
What is she under arrest for?
She has warrant for arrest. Okay?
For what?
That's all I'm gonna tell you.
Still in the thick of the confusion, the air thickens with unanswered questions about the arrest. The dialogue continues with repeated questions about the basis of the arrest. The person insists on understanding the specific charges or reasons for the arrest, reflecting escalating tension and urgency in their voice. The officer's answers remain unclear in the excerpt. Get ready, clarity, or more confusion. Coming right up.
Okay?
What do you mean that's all you're going to tell me?
She's over the age of 18.
I understand that, but I have a right to know as well.
We'll tell you that.
Okay, then let me know now. I'm giving you the cooperation. I told you answer my question. What is she under arrest for?
Like I said, she's over the age.
Dropping a bombshell about tampering with evidence, the plot thickens. The officer mentions tampering with evidence at the hospital as part of the accusations. This revelation adds a serious layer to the unfolding legal drama, indicating potential complications in the case and the severity of the alleged crimes. Strap in, it's about to get bumpier from here on out.
And tampering with evidence.
Tampering with evidence?
Yeah.
At the hospital?
So, can you see her now?
Give me a minute.
Okay.
Ramping up the legal jargon, someone demands to see a warrant. A demand for a warrant is made, emphasizing legal rights and procedural correctness. The insistence on seeing a warrant shows a struggle for control and understanding of the legal process. The officer's response to the request is not shown. You'll want to stick around. The showdown continues.
I have a right to see a warrant. It doesn't matter if she's over the age of 18. This is my house. You have to show me that warrant.
If we were searching her house,
Even if she's under arrest, you have to show me the
it's
warrant.
up to her to show us.
Hey, I have the detectives here. They want to arrest my daughter, saying they have a warrant, but they can't show me a warrant for her arrest.
Things heat up over the demand for an arrest warrant. There's a conversation about the arrest warrant and the necessity of showing it. The person continues to assert their rights to see the warrant, stressing the importance of transparency in law enforcement actions. This moment highlights the ongoing legal argument and confusion about the process. Don't go anywhere. It's just getting good.
And it's up to her.
Can I see the warrant?
It's an arrest warrant for her. It's
Okay,
not a
can I
search
see
warrant
the
for your
arrest warrant?
house.
I want to see the arrest warrant.
And what will that prove?
But when this is over, I'm coming for the police department and the hospital.
Yes.
I am.
Yes, ma'am.
Gary, this is Bertha. Gary, the detectives are here wanting to arrest me. They say they have a warrant.
A brief moment of empathy emerges amidst the procedural frenzy. Officers acknowledge the difficulty of their job while trying to maintain professionalism. This reflective moment shows the officers expressing empathy towards the family, yet they reiterate the necessity of performing their duties. It's a softer interaction in the midst of a tense scenario. The emotional dynamics are about to take another twist. Stay tuned.
We understand, but we have to do our jobs too.
I understand that. I understand that.
Do this.
That's That's Melanie. That's Devin's mom. She's good. She's okay.
We're not gonna be rough with her or anything. We're just gonna take her over there and book her.
Please don't be rough with her, please.
Just bring her out. You can be with her the entire time. Okay?
Do you know where the public safety complex is? 3300 West Main?
You can follow us over. We'll take you there. You can follow me.
During a procedural moment, Lexi's personal details are requested, adding a layer of reality to the unfolding events. Lexi is asked for her social security number, highlighting procedural requirements during booking or processing. This interaction is part of standard procedure, but happens under emotionally charged circumstances. As Lexi appears overwhelmed, watch out, the intensity is far from over.
What's your name?
Alexi.
Okay. What's the last 4 of your social?
She don't even know it.
You don't know it?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Alexia, do you know your date of birth?
Yes.
Okay. What is it?
11:25 Mercury.
Yeah.
Do you have to walk her all the way over there? Can you bring your car up here? Please.
It's up to you.
That's all. Just please.
I'll go get it. Are you okay with your mother getting the criminal complaint? It has your personal identifying information on it. Serial number, date of birth. Are you okay?
Yes.
Okay.
With safety checks in place, they prepare for a smooth transfer, but the tension doesn't ease. Items are checked for safety as they prepare to transport Lexi, ensuring no prohibited items are brought into the detention center. This routine check is necessary for security, but adds to the stress of the situation, highlighting the thoroughness of the process. Just when you think it's wrapping up, there's more in store.
Right there or right there?
One
Right there or right
my
there?
side,
Yes.
because I did one yesterday.
No, I'll give you a copy for yours.
This one?
Mm-hmm.
That says signature on our top or other witness.
If you finish,
Let me finish reading it, sir. I'm sorry. There you go.
and I'll get you a copy for you.
What you got so far?
That one.
Can you believe this? On October 5th, 2016, 19-year-old Jennifer Malloy, known by her middle name Kylie and the nickname Smiley, was found lifeless in her apartment in the quiet town of Edmond, Oklahoma. This puzzling case started cold with no arrests, despite the police chasing down every lead they could. Just when you think it's stuck in mystery forever, guess what? It flips on its head.
October 5th, 2016. That is when 19-year-old Jennifer Malloy, who went by her middle name Kylie and the nickname Smiley, was found dead in her apartment in Edmond, Oklahoma. Police say they followed up on multiple leads. They were never able to make any arrests. It was a cold case. But then, you fast forward, just now, May 3rd, 2024, almost 8 years later, Oklahoma State troopers stopped to do a welfare check on a man sitting on the side of Interstate 40.
Buckle up, because this is where it gets wild. On May 3rd, 2024, almost 8 years to the day, Oklahoma State troopers were just doing a routine check on a guy chilling on the side of Interstate 40. Little did they know, Joseph Tyler Beck, age 28, would drop a bombshell, confessing out of the blue to Kylie's murder. And just like that, the plot thickens.
When 28-year-old Joseph Tyler Beck subtly confessed to strangling Kylie to death. All those years ago. In a Facebook post with photos of the arrest, Oklahoma Highway Patrol said, quote, "This is yet another example of how a trooper never knows exactly what he or she will encounter on the side of the road. This ultimately ends in answers for an Oklahoma family." I want to talk about Beck's alleged confession and his connection to Kylie and her family.
You won't believe what comes next. Enter Kyle Scherg, sergeant with the Citrus Heights Police, dropping knowledge bombs about cold cases and what triggers a guy to confess after chilling for nearly a decade. He unravels the psychological twister that might lead to such a jaw-dropping confession. Stick around, the details get even juicier.
My first question to you is your reaction. You have this man apparently spilling this secret after more than 7 years in the most strange way possible.
Yeah, so this is actually a super complex case, and I think when people first read this, they think, well, this guy probably had all this guilt. These cops contact him on the side of the road, and he just confesses to killing this girl, and that's just not the case. There's actually a lot that goes into these types of cases, and honestly, when you have a cold case like this,
hold on to your coffee, because here's the gritty part. Beck spills the beans in a sit-down with Edmond police, recounting how his crush turned dark, leading to a fatal confrontation when Kylie rejected his advances. In a fit of rage, he strangled her, ensuring her demise was certain. Next up, we'll dive into what this all means behind the gavel.
He had apparently known Kylie for years. The two had worked together at a Subway restaurant at one point in time, and he tells the detectives, attracted Kylie, invited him himself over to her apartment in 2016 to possibly sexually assault her. Romantic advances towards her. She rejects him, tells him to leave. He becomes angry. He becomes violent. And that's when he killed her. Choked her to death. And even admits pushing his knee on her neck to make sure that she was dead, which is so disturbing.
Just when you think you've seen it all, there's more. Beck's now facing the music with a bond set at a whopping $10 million and a charge of first-degree murder staring him down. Oklahoma might just go for the gold with the death penalty in play. But wait, there's a twist in the legal tale coming up.
Yeah, well, I do. It's extremely disturbing. And I think a lot of times when you crimes like that, where you have a 16-year-old girl murdered in an apartment, random acts of violence like that.
I think she was 19 though.
So she's a teenager. So random acts of violence like that happen, think that they do. Usually when you have a crime like that occur, generally speaking, you want to look at people in that close circle of either family members or close friends. And in this case, have a coworker, their friends.
Time for a quick breather with a shout out to our sponsor, Morgan & Morgan, who handle the tough stuff so you don't have to. They're the big guns in injury law. And trust me, they pack a punch in court. Refresh? Good, because we're plunging back into the depths of this legal labyrinth.
Multi-million-dollar verdicts and settlements. They secured a $100 million verdict in one of the first personal injury trials post-pandemic. And by the way, in that case, there was a pre-trial offer of just $20,000. Yeah, Morgan & Morgan, they don't settle for lowball offers. They will fight to protect your legal rights and for what you deserve in compensation. They make this whole process for their clients. From submitting your claim, to uploading documents, to signing contracts, to talking to your whole legal team.
The legal chess game is just beginning. We chew over potential defense plays, like whether Beck's mind-blowing confession could have been squeezed out of him under pressure. It's a sticky wicket, folks. Up next, we're looking at how this bombshell has rocked the victim's family.
To be clear, as far as I know, he hasn't pled guilty. I know he said these things, but I'm gonna try to say that interview was coerced or he wasn't in his right mind when he made it. There's always ways that defense attorneys can make arguments about trying to get a confession not admitted into court or during a trial, or have a spin on it or a narrative regarding it.
Imagine being in their shoes. Kylie's family is reeling, trying to piece together how the nicest guy turned into their worst nightmare. They've been dodging Beck's creepy callbacks for years, and now the horrifying truth unfolds. But hold on, we're about to peel back another layer of this twisted tale.
This man has taken so much from my family, and I'm glad he's in jail, and I want justice to be served. Kyle, that connection is so interesting, and him allegedly trying to stay in touch with family is bizarre.
I actually don't think that that's too far off from the norm. When you have someone involved in a crime like this, these people want to stay connected to the family. They want to know what's going on. Like police investigating, what have they been asking the family? Does the family even think that they're onto this person to allude to the cops that this guy they think killed their daughter?
Strap in for the final curve. We wrap this wild ride with a look at the grave implications of the confession, the looming legal battles, and the haunting possibility of the death penalty. The community is shaken, the legal stakes are sky high, and justice hangs in the balance. Don't go anywhere. This legal drama is far from over.
Look, the death of this young woman is a tragedy. In one sense, I hope he's telling the truth because it would give the family some sense of closure, but what happens next, and if he ultimately pleads guilty?
Things are already heating up as the video kicks off. The interrogation begins with the officer discussing evidence found in the storage room, suggesting it's crucial to the case. You won't believe what's coming next.
The bag was turned into us. We have possession of the bag.
Yes, sir.
We have evidence that says it came out of your storage room. Is that true?
Yes, sir.
Cue the dramatic phone call. Matthew Boynton calls emergency services, claiming his wife Jessica is suicidal, a critical point as it sets the stage for the questioning regarding his actions and intentions. Strap in, because the roller coaster is just starting.
Can you please dispatch a unit out to my location? Send me a reference to my wife. I left the location. I'm backing around on Carver Road now. I'll be back there in about 2 minutes. My kids are at home with her. I'm trying to hurry up and get back there. I'm driving. She just said that she's been experiencing suicidal thoughts right now. She told me to take care of the boys. I'm trying to hurry up and get back home just to make sure that nothing's going to happen to them. Any weapons inside the house?
And plot twist. Jessica is found with gunshot wounds in what was initially labeled a suicide, raising questions about the true circumstances of the shooting. Hang tight. The intrigue is about to deepen.
Jessica was found in the closet with gunshot wounds to her head. While it was first labeled a suicide, Jessica defied the odds and lived. There was a short, damn investigation filled with cover-ups and inconsistencies, which resulted in Matthew walking away free and Jessica Jessica losing custody of her sons if Matthew had not gotten involved with another woman who discovered a bag of Jessica's belongings, the very same belongings that Matthew had claimed in a sworn statement that he no longer possessed.
Hold your coffee, because this bit's a shocker. The detective starts the interrogation by assuring Boynton that he isn't conducting an internal investigation, yet noting the unethical nature of the situation given Boynton's family ties. Get ready, the ethical entanglements are about to get thicker.
Detective starts out assuring Boynton that he isn't going to be conducting an internal investigation. Given the history of this case and the fact that Boynton is the sheriff's grandson, this is unethical, but sadly unsurprising.
What's it in reference to?
It's in reference to, you remember the statement you wrote me about Jessica saying you took items from the house?
Yeah, the computer. Yeah.
That's what it's going to be in reference to. So what's the time?
17:22.
Secrets start to spill. Boynton denies having Jessica's belongings, which contradicts evidence found by his girlfriend and a private investigator, showing a bag of Jessica's that Boynton claimed he didn't possess. Buckle up, the truth is about to crack wide open.
And we gave everything back that we had. She had put some stuff in like it's like a little foot chase thing. You open it up, it's got 2 little boxes. I think we used to use it for like diapers and stuff now, but I mean, everything that she had that I knew of was gone. I got rid of everything I knew of.
And you got rid of a house.
To give that to her family came back and got it. You know, like she had a big kitchen table and some other stuff that her Aunt Kathy and Uncle Tim come and got. Just different. I think my stepdad actually took a whole bunch of stuff over to her grandparents' house at 2464 East Milner.
The moment of truth arrives with a thud. Detective Hayes confronts Boynton with the bag, challenging his earlier statements and setting up a tense moment where Boynton struggles to maintain his story. Next up, watch the facade start to crumble.
Which is like when you pull in the driveway, it's a little storage thing on the right. You open the door and it's got all my stuff in there. I declared some of it out recently. Stuff like a brown tub I used to keep in my old patrol car with gym stuff in it and work stuff.
Utility room, my carport room.
Yeah, that's where I keep I keep stuff in that, and I keep stuff in like what's considered an office in the back of my house.
Boynton claims that while the bag belongs to Jessica, he used to use it as a gym bag and hasn't seen it in a long time, and that it might have been in his storage shed. He is still unaware that his girlfriend will be able to disprove his statement.
Property disputes take center stage. The discussion of property ownership comes up, where Boynton admits the items in question belong to Jessica, not him, further complicating his previous claims. Hold on, the detective is about to turn up the heat.
Whose bag is that?
Jessica's.
And the contents in the bag?
And it's got all her stuff in it.
So why would you not have brought that to us when you saw the bag at moving?
Sarge, I promise I've not been through that bag. The last time I used that
Matthew,
bag was for the
I
gym.
didn't ask you that, Matthew. Listen to me, buddy. Whose bag is this?
I understand what you're saying. It's Jessica's, and I should have brought it up here.
You know, all things, and I don't know anything about your other issue, but all things involved in reference to this case.
The skepticism is off the charts. Detective Hayes points out the improbability of Boynton's story about using the bag as a gym bag, highlighting the inconsistency with it being filled with Jessica's clothes. Brace yourself, the next part is a doozy.
Detective Hayes points out that there is no way that the bag would be filled with articles of Jessica's clothing if Boynton had been using it as a gym bag. Boynton acts like a little boy that has been called into the principal's office. He knows he's in trouble, hoping he can get out of it. You can tell from the way Hayes sighs and runs his hand through his hair that he does not want to be in this position. This is most likely going to have a negative impact on his career, no matter which way this investigation goes.
Emotions flare as tempers rise. Hayes returns, angrily questioning why Boynton would lie about something as trivial as a bag, indicating a deeper issue of trust and integrity. The tension is about to escalate, so stay tuned.
Talk to me, man. I mean, help me understand.
Sergeant, I swear, I know it's hard to believe. I said, hold on, LT. I got something, let me go get it. I swear I wouldn't have done that because I've got 2 kids, 3 in 1. I wouldn't jeopardize that over a bag. I'm telling you, Sergeant.
Hayes returns and angrily demands to know why Boynton would lie about something as trivial as a bag. Again, Boynton tries to claim it's all a misunderstanding. Boynton's girlfriend states in later interviews that she had pointed out the bag several times.
Tears and fears take the spotlight. Boynton, visibly upset, discusses his fear and anxiety about the investigation, showing his emotional state and concerns about the impact on his family. The drama reaches new heights in the upcoming footage.
Doing the right thing regardless. It doesn't matter. If you do the right thing, you can live with yourself.
9 times out of 10, I do. I mean, that's the way I was raised.
But you know that. You know that you have to do the right thing. Even if you found the bag, you should have said, hey LT, hey Sar, hey whoever.
don't know what I was thinking. I don't know if it's because I was scared. I mean, I told you, I come to work every day scared now. There's no excuse. I'm not trying to make one for myself.
The suspense is killing, isn't it? The aftermath of the interrogation is shown, where Boynton is left alone, seemingly resigned to his fate, illustrating the gravity of his situation and its potential consequences. Watch out, the final curtain is about to drop.
This ain't tight, okay? Get your phone, and your glasses, get your stuff.
You won't believe what just popped up on the internet. The video begins with an introduction about a new, disturbing video surfacing, allegedly showing Sean Diddy Combs beating his ex-girlfriend, Cassandra Ventura. This initial mention sets the stage for the seriousness of the content that follows. Strap in, because the drama is just ramping up.
A disturbing new video has just surfaced of Sean Diddy Combs beating his ex-girlfriend Cassandra Ventura. This is an immediate reaction to this bombshell video.
Brace yourselves, this next part is intense. A significant portion of the video, at around 110 minutes, discusses the new footage obtained and published by CNN, allegedly showing Sean Combs savagely beating his ex-girlfriend Cassandra Ventura. This moment emphasizes the gravity of the allegations and the potential implications for Combs. Up next, the plot thickens with some legal lingo that matches the punches.
That purportedly shows Sean Diddy Combs of savagely beating his ex-girlfriend Cassandra Ventura. Why does this matter? I'm going to give you context. You know we have been following everything regarding the Diddy saga for the past few months. That Cassandra Ventura, Cassie, was one of the first people, believe the first person, to file a lawsuit against Diddy.
Here comes a crucial turning point. At approximately 2 minutes into the video, there's a detailed description of the violent incident matching Cassandra Ventura's complaint almost word for word. This description not only corroborates the allegations but also provides a visual narrative to the claims made in Ventura's lawsuit. Don't go anywhere. The story escalates with more gritty details.
Major legal updates, major things, major pieces of evidence. Sure, there have been legal filings, but this video has now changed the entire conversation. We're going to go through this. There's only, I want to warn you, so much of what we can and cannot show you because this is a very disturbing incident of physical violence. But what it is it actually matches up, almost word for word, with the complaint that was filed by Cassandra Ventura.
You might want to sit down for this one. Around the 3:46 mark, there's a detailed recounting of an incident from March 2016 involving a violent encounter at the Intercontinental Hotel, as described in the civil complaint. This section is crucial as it details the alleged abuse and the subsequent actions of Ventura trying to escape. Next up, the scene gets even more graphic, if you can believe it.
March 5th, 2016, during an FO, now that is referred to as a freak-off, one of these sexual encounters that was described in this lawsuit where Diddy would force Cassandra Ventura to essentially have sexual relations with men. During an FO at the Intercontinental Hotel in Century City, Los Angeles, Mr. Combs becomes extremely intoxicated and punched Miss Ventura in the face, giving her a black eye. Ventura tried to leave the hotel room, but as she exited, Mr. Combs awoke and began screaming at Miss Ventura.
Watch closely. This is where it gets real rough. The video clip shown around 5 minutes in graphically depicts Combs grabbing Ventura by the neck and throwing her to the ground, followed by him savagely kicking her. This segment is particularly disturbing and is described in detail to highlight the severity of the assault. Get ready for the aftermath. It's a doozy.
He grabs her by the back of the neck, throws her to the ground, and then proceeds to savagely, while she's on the ground, proceeds to pick up her stuff and then delivers another kick. He then grabs her by the sweatshirt. There's no sound to this, but you could almost imagine she's screaming here, but drags her back.
The plot thickens with some sneaky legal maneuvers. The discussion around 9 minutes focuses on the settlement of the lawsuit by Combs and the implications it might have given the emergence of the video. This part is important as it discusses the legal strategies and potential future actions regarding other lawsuits. Hold on to your popcorn, because we're diving into the money talk next.
Remember, when they settled this lawsuit, his team at the time, through Benjamin Brafman, basically said, I don't want this to be an acknowledgement of any wrongdoing, but Cassandra Ventura's team made it clear, this doesn't mean it it doesn't take away from her allegations. And it released a statement after this video came out saying, the gut-wrenching video has only further confirmed the disturbing and predatory behavior of Mr. Combs. Words cannot express the courage and fortitude that Miss Ventura has shown coming forward to bring this to light. Your reaction?
Here's a twist you didn't see coming. Towards the end of the video, around 13:37, there is a revelation that Combs allegedly paid $50,000 to obtain the hotel security footage, which adds a layer of complexity to the case and his attempts to control the narrative. As we draw to a close, ponder the ripple effects this might have.
That's not at all surprising in any way, shape, or form. And if you want me to be, I guess, very crass, I'm surprised that amount for a video like that, to be super crass.
Doesn't this feel to you that it gives so much support to the other lawsuits?
Yes.
And whether that means he's going to try to settle these now, or I don't know, how does it affect the other lawsuits? Because it makes me feel like he might want to settle these and not fight them if this is what just came out.
I believe he will maybe settle those other lawsuits. I agree with you in that.
Ending on a cliffhanger, what's the Legal Eagle's next move? The closing sections of the video ponder the legal possibilities and implications for Combs moving forward, including potential criminal charges and the impact of the video on other victims possibly coming forward. What's next? More bombshells or just legal mumbo-jumbo? Stay tuned.
To say whether or not, I don't believe statutes of limitations have run out in this. I think they can, but it's kind of up to them.
If we say this is assault, again, guys, I'm literally looking at this. The statute of limitations for simple assault is 1 year, I think, in
I don't think this is simple assault.
Sorry, simple assault. So this would be aggravated, right? So let's call this aggravated assault.